Gotta say, I think it's between Germany and Ireland for my favorite themes country here at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Germany, it reminds me of Epcot so much, it really does. I think it's Germany. Plus you got the Fest House beer hall where you got its own little tap room. So if you like beers, great place to go. This is the Fest House here at Germany. Does this not remind you of Beer Garden at Epcot, also in Germany? Same thing. Hi guys, how are you? Want to watch another Coaster 365 video today? The videos that I do every single day for an entire year, well that's what I'm going to do today. For today, November 17th, you know what type of ride this is behind me. It is a B&M invert, a absolutely really famous B&M invert called Alpengeist. A B&M invert that opened here at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg all the way back in 1997. And despite it being 26 years old, it is still the world's tallest B&M invert at 195 feet. That's right, this thing is almost technically a hypercoaster. Actually pretty wild. It hits speeds of 67 miles per hour and it's 6 total inversions. Now, Alpengeist translates to Ghost of the Alps. I know some other people call it Talon of the Alps. I don't know who would call it that. No idea. But anyway, obviously themed to the Alps. As someone that has been to the Alps this year and recorded a roller coaster review from the Alps, I kind of like the theme, you know? And I've really liked my rides on Alpengeist as a whole. Even though I wasn't an enthusiast as a kid and was kind of terrified, I always watched the old like Discovery Channel, you know, shows like top 10 roller coasters, you know, craziest roller coasters. Alpengeist back in like the late 90s, early 2000s was always on those lists. So I have actually heard of Alpengeist for 25 plus years in my life. So this is kind of a sentimental ride for me. It's a ride I've heard about my entire childhood. So, and like I said, I do really like it. It's toying with, it could be my favorite B&M invert. So excited to get back on. Ghost of the Alps, Alpengeist, Talon of the Alps, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful white and blue color. Obviously it's also themed to skiing. There's actually skis on the trains, which is a really cool touch. And the whole queue is themed to like a ski lodge. So you hear it going. Kind of jealous that I'm not on that train. So maybe I'll get in line and get on that train.
You're not here, so you're right. I don't know.
You know, sometimes I record the intro at a place that I think the sun's good and, you know, I can see somewhat of the roller coaster behind me. Record the intro and then, you know what? This is a lot prettier area. So I'm just going to do the review from this area now of Alpengeist. And yes, it's still one of my favorite B&M inverts. Is it my favorite though? I think it was coming in. It was this or Montu. Here's what I'll say. I think Alpengeist is better in the front. Because especially the second half. The second half's a little underwhelming, but you get to really interact with that theme in the front where you see the snow on the ground, you go through like the lodge, the tunnel, whatever you want to call it. That's how I like it in the front. The best overall ride for a roller coaster perspective is probably in the back on Alpengeist, but I do like Montu in the back overall better. So I do think Montu is my favorite. Alpengeist probably has my favorite first drop. 170-ish feet, I think, is the drop. One of my favorite Cobra rolls, because I usually don't like Cobra rolls, but this is a little more drawn out. And the inversions are paced really well on this thing. Very smooth. Absolutely no head jostling whatsoever. It's close. It's so close to Montu. I do think I'm going to give Montu the overall edge, because it also has some good theming. Osiris is still the best themed B&M invert. I love that area. 8.03 for Alpengeist. Getting it over the 8. I love it. Definitely will always, I think, have a place in my heart as one of my favorite inverts. So that is some Alpengeist. I hope this thing lasts as long as it can. It is getting up there in age. Still runs like a dream though, and I absolutely love the setting and the trees. Like I said, the snow at the end, well paced, it's smooth. Alpengeist, big win for me. So anyway, that's November 17th. 2 more here to do, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Which one could it be? You never know. You gotta tune in tomorrow to see. Until then, love you all. See you tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe as always.